few years later, I want to say, I took up bicycling and discovered that one of the great hotbeds of metallurgical research was actually in the bicycle industry, which just further supports what I'm going to try and tell you about what Cyril Stanley Smith believed throughout his entire career. I didn't do the paper on bicycles today, but I still really do want to do it. I don't think I'll get a chance again, so maybe for the book. I was surprised to learn from Michael Bell this week that Smith's name and work had not been routinely invoked in exchanges with contributors to this post-ductility conference, whatever post-ductility is. To speak for myself, had it not been for Smith, I'm not sure I would even have known precisely what ductility was. Certainly not, for example, how it differs from malleability, a common but false synonym still in routine use even among scientists. Ductility describes a substance's capacity to deform while remaining intact under tensile stress, malleability only to its capacity to deform under a compressive one. The distinction is important because not all metals do both, and the partition of capacities at once derives from the largely unsolved mysteries of structure. It forms the basis and limit of what, under a particular circumstance, a metal can be asked to do. And it is the marker of what later came to be called the singularities that determine how a given sample of matter might affect the environment around it. This is but one example of the curious emphasis that Smith always placed on qualitative features and on the idiosyncratic details of material life. You see, Smith referred to himself as a metallurgist for a very deliberate reason. He did not think it either prudent or useful to sever oneself from the long tradition of knowledge extracted through the ages from the physical world purely by means of empirical methods and aesthetic research. Yet Smith was by no means a fringe character. He held the rare title of Institute Professor at MIT, a position reserved for those whose work transcends the boundaries between disciplines. He was a historian of science and technology, to be sure. Indeed, he is widely seen, along with people like Joseph Needham, to have been one of the founders of the nascent field of history of technology. But he was also a practitioner, /engineer/physicist. He received the Presidential Medal for Merit for his work at Los Alamos on the atomic bomb, where he determined the fissionability of plutonium and directed the preparation of the metals used in the bomb.